9, 8, 7. We have a go for main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff.
SFL night, let's go. Midnight glow, it's time to rise. SFL nights on the starry skies. AJ Striker, feel her heat. The sultry voice, so silky sweet. Whispers in the air, light down low. Bubbly charm, let the stories flow. In the league where dreams unite. Ashley's got you, hold on tight. Under her lights, SFL players shine bright. AJ putting you in the spotlight. From the field to the mic, Ashley's in the know. SFL nights, get in the down low. Yeah. In the game, she's making plays. Arizona's queen bee, leading the way. A community ambassador, off the field, laying on hands, see it all get healed. From the huddle to the show, Ashley's got that infectious glow. Interviews that make you sway. In her presence, you wanna stay. SFL players shine bright. AJ's here for you with a spotlight. From the field to the mic, Ashley's in the know. SFL nights, get in the down low. SFL night, let's go. Midnight glow, hey, SFL night, let's go. Midnight glow. From the huddle to the show, Ashley's got that infectious glow. Interviews that make you sway. In the presence, we lost her. SFL players shine bright. AJ's here putting you in the spotlight. From the field to the mic, Ashley's in the know. SFL nights, getting in the down low. SFL players shine bright. AJ's here putting you in the spotlight. From the field to the mic, Ashley's in the know. SFL nights, getting in the down low. Take turns tonight. Let's go. Turn down those lights. It's Ashley's turn to make you feel so right. As the conversation is about today tonight, it's always SFL nights. Let's go.
What is up? What is up? What is up, SFL Nation? Welcome back to SFL Nights with AJ Striker. Thank you so much for joining me today or tonight or whenever you decided to hit that play button or turn on that radio dial. I really appreciate it, y'all, and I hope y'all like the shirt. Kind of modeled it a little bit. We just got these shirts over from Lucy Red. We are in partnership with them. Had a nice little Arizona Scorpions logo, Feel the Sting hashtag on the front. Feel the Sting on the side with our logo on the side and their logo on this other side. So, hey, doing big things out here. At least we're trying to. Welcome back to the show, everybody. I got a really, really, really good show planned for you this evening. I decided to kind of dedicate this show to some of the coaches that are in the league because honestly, if you don't have coaches, that are kind of, running things and, trying to input the plays and having an direct impact on the game, then you're just kind of like a spectator, you're just watching it happen. So I decided to kind of make a show dedicated to these guys, asking them some interesting questions that I have, especially since it's towards the end of the season. We're going into the playoffs now. And so I know it's going to be a time of reflection and preparation for some. So before we bring up our guests, because all of my coaches tonight will be joining me to do our week 13 pick'em. So I'm really excited about that. But I do want to go over week 12 for those that did not get a chance to see the game and for my radio listeners that are out there that have been keeping up with everything. So I'm going to go ahead and get my graphics ready. But we had some awesome games, and these games, people are starting to separate themselves from the pack now. This is playoff time. This is money time. And I can see some teams going to definitely try to play spoiler, but I think especially once we get our coaches in and we're getting more in detail, the first maybe teams 1 through 5 in the standings probably won't move too much, but I'm thinking there's going to be some movement definitely on that lower half. So we're going to go into all of that. But first, let's go ahead and bring up week 12 in review. Now, week 12, decent week for me. I am 7-3, and just for those that don't know, if you look at the graphic, my picks are in yellow. my what I got right is in green, and what I got red is in like a fuchsia color. So 7 right, 3 wrong on on week 12. So that's 74 right and 37 wrong on the season. Not too shabby, if I say so myself. Week 12 went as follows, though. Arizona Scorpions beat the DC Dragons 37-7 in a very dominant fashion. I'm sure one of our coaches here is definitely going to be able to elaborate on that. Vancouver took on Minnesota, where Minnesota wins 21-19. Baltimore beats the Pittsburgh Riverhawks barely 27-24. I got some questions. I really want to talk to Baltimore about that one. Nashville Tempo took on Canton Classics and won 17-10. Also another surprise win. Not that they couldn't do it, but it was just a surprise because basically the whole league went against them. Queen City Corsairs took on Louisiana Revolution, where Louisiana won in a big way, 33-0. Chicago battled Indy, where Chicago wins 24-10. Charleston Predators took on the Carolina Skyhawks, and Carolina wins 21-6. Fort Worth Toros battled the Bossier City Steamers and Fort Worth wins 23-20. Denver took on Motor City V8s, and Motor City wins 2017. Kind of a surprise win on that one too. And then finally, the Houston Headhunters took on the Mexico City Aztecs, where Mexico wins 21-20. Now it's funny because I actually have the coaches from both Mexico City and Houston on, and I didn't necessarily plan that, but it will be interesting to kind of hear their take on this past week. I'm going to give them the floor a little bit to kind of talk about any game that they want to. 9 times out of 10, they're going to talk about theirs. But as I said, great matchups here. Very surprising ones. Again, highlights for me, Baltimore almost losing the Pittsburgh Riverhawks. I mean, of course, Pittsburgh, they're figuring it out, but, I just wasn't expecting that out of Baltimore at home. Chicago winning a big way over Indy. They're winning at home. They do. Ty's figuring it out over there. And another surprise win was another good game, I should say, was Mexico City versus Houston. I can't wait to talk to these guys about it. But first, we have to pay the bills. So I'm going to be paying a little bit of homage to our sponsors, Lucy Red Energy Drinks. Now, my co-owner and counterpart, Eddie, tried this on his show last night. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pop one myself. Now, I've had it before, so I already knew how good it was. I was able to try it with the CEO in front of her, and I told her I was going to give her my honest face. And if anybody's watching my show, whenever I eat something I don't like it, but this is actually pretty good. And I needed that too. So let's pay a little homage to Lucy Red right now. I'm gonna play a song, then bring up my guests. See y'all in a bit.
Are you ready?
3 Lucy Reds, please.
Are you ready?
Lucy Red, the energy is amazing.
I know that you tell me what you want after this love. You know you're national. Don't move right in my house and call a taxi. I'm picky with my women, I'm deciding. Call me to your crib and I'm sliding. I'm picky with my women, I'm deciding. let me get that introduction. We on the long road to sell. You was so in love, you weren't gonna tell me nothing. Let me get this clear, cause I had no idea. I feel like I did too much. I feel like I did too much. Let's get all y'all. Yeah, I need all y'all. I feel like I did too much. I feel like I did too much. Yeah, let's party y'all. Yeah, I need all y'all. Yeah. Let me get that introduction. We on the long road to sell. You was so in love, you weren't gonna tell me nothing. Let me get this clear, cause I had no idea. I feel like I did too much. I feel like I did too much. Let's get all y'all. Yeah, I need all y'all. I feel like I did too much. I feel like I did too much. Yeah, let's party y'all. Yeah, I need all y'all. Since you been gone, I've been just okay. I know you mad, you didn't see it my way. Since I've been gone, I've been out of space. I let little shawty come here and take your place. Couldn't keep my love, you too excited. You want a paper plate, I'm the one. You wonder why your girl always smiles, yeah.
All right, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. And we are going to bring up the coaches of the evening. Let me go ahead and move this banner out the way. All right. Jeez. Okay, here we go. So first up, I'm going to be bringing up Mr. Zak Benjamin coming over from...
Bossier City.
Oh, snap, bro.
Good evening.
Hey, that's what happened.
How are you?
Thank
Thank you.
Somewhere else.
So good. I
Oh,
got you.
man, thank you for coming back, man. It's not even your first time on here, too. That's sad. I'm sorry.
Who? Wait, you said it's my what time?
I said this is not your first time you're on here.
Oh yeah, nah. I'm gonna be a regular now. It's getting comfortable.
Hold on, let me drink some more. I need to concentrate. Next up, bring it up, Mr. Ramos Lynn in the back. I see you over there smiling. Yeah, I forgot. Coach.
From Mexico City, by the way.
Oh, okay. Because you've been in the league forever, because I'm going to forget that, you know.
No, you won't forget that.
Exactly.
Good to be here, Ashley.
Somebody I might not know who it is because he don't have his picture up there is the other co-owner and
I don't have to have my camera on for you to know who I am.
coach of Houston Headhunters, Damon Simeon. Yes, I do. Somebody, probably someone is probably new here and they have never seen you before.
Man, everybody see my face.
Probably. Another person. Well, welcome to the show, Damon. I appreciate it. And I know another person that everybody knows because he is everywhere.
I'm tired of seeing this dude.
My co-owner, Eddie Gage, coming on. Apparently, people are tired of seeing you already, man. That's messed up.
Why he act like he knew why he act like he didn't know the camera was on? Oh, hey, how you doing? You know,
I'm multitasking, bro.
Like he Mr. Rogers.
You on a bye week this week, so you got all kind of free time.
Man, I have a 4-year-old.
You don't get that offense together, you're gonna have a lot of free time.
Man, I have a 4-year-old. I don't have no free time.
Oh yeah, you right about
that. 4-year-old club. I feel you.
Mine grown, thank God. One almost.
Chat shout
DJ,
outs.
come sit down.
Chat shout outs include Robert Brady checking in. What is up, man? Music is always fire. And he says that he would love to do a show with one of you to get, or I guess all of you. So he would like to be on the show with all of you one day. I guess he has some questions, for the coaches at some point. So, and then he also says, "What's up, Ramos?" And my dude, the Mon, don't know Zach. Wow, and Eddie. Well, you will know Zach. You will get to know Zach. You know what I mean? Because we're gonna get to know him right now. First of all, we're gonna get to know what they think about these picks for week 13. Now, guys, I know. First off, I want to kind of get your take from week 12. Is there a game that stuck out to you in your minds that you kind of want to comment on, either your game specifically or someone else's? And so I'm gonna start with you first, Ramos.
Yeah, I will go actually with Baltimore against Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh really showed me something yesterday. Not yesterday, this past week, even though they didn't win. For a new coming team, sometimes it's baby steps, sometimes it's getting your feet wet. First season may not go too well, but you got to build a foundation. And that comes from players, from coaching, knowing each other, and it takes time. And this game that I saw from them, really, if I was a player for Pittsburgh, I'll be like, you know what, we have a future here. We have something going on. Because to hang on with a team like Baltimore, they only lost by 3 points in Baltimore is no easy thing to do. Again, it was not a win, but at the same time, it is really encouraging to see how Pittsburgh is hanging on with those tough teams, and it looks like they have the right pieces in place.
They're getting there, definitely. Devon.
Yoda.
What game stuck out to you last week?
You got to repeat it.
You sure have to repeat it, man. God. Can I be on a show without this guy for once? I mean, he's always harassing me. I think I want to file a COC on him.
You know what? Let me separate you two. Hold on.
It went to the trash. It went to the shredder, bro.
Dang, I gotta use more dynamite next time, then. I would have rather me at the top. You gonna put him above me? Come on, man. That's pure prejudice right there.
Right where I belong, on top. Pause.
No.
Mine? What game stuck out to you for week 12?
Ramos took the one I was going to talk about, that Baltimore and Pittsburgh game. Pittsburgh showed something great defensively in that first half. But once you allow Baltimore to get things rolling, especially in their run game, that's what they're really strong at in their run game. Wigmore didn't have too much of a great day, during that Pittsburgh game. But, man, I like what I saw defensively from Pittsburgh in that first half. Unfortunately, Baltimore regrouped in the third quarter. They just started running the ball down their throat. And GP Wells is looking really good over there with Baltimore. And they have the O-line for him to run behind. He's so small, and they have such great big O-linemen. He can just hide behind. You go back and watch that game, especially in the fourth quarter. GP was wearing them down.
Okay. And if you do want to go back and watch these games, please visit SFL.net for direct links. Also, you can see stats and get team information. You can also watch the games in its entirety or highlights, which are available on the Simulation Football League's YouTube page. So, Zach, what are your thoughts? Any game that stuck out to you last week?
Game stuck out to me was Canton and Nashville. Nashville is really showing the league, man, for an expansion team, first year, and what they're able to do on defense. I'd be scared of them going into the playoffs. Canton is literally one of the cemented teams in the league, and Nashville shut them down. So I'd be afraid of Nashville.
I knew Nashville was going to be a problem when they were in the SFLM.
Yeah, and SFLM. I've seen it at both levels. I've seen the structure. I've seen I've seen how they move, how they do things, and I feel like Canton may not be the first upset. Nashville may have one or two more left.
All right then. So Eddie,
I got a question first for Zach before I give my answer. Hey Zach, so you talked about Nashville and how you knew they'd be a good team and all this and all that. Let me ask you a question. Who was mentoring Jay Balmer with his coaching experience last season? You remember? I can't quite recall.
I believe he's here with us tonight.
I'm about to holler at them then, because whatever they got going on over there, I need to get under that guy's tutelage, because he know what he's doing. It seems like, but now that I'm trying to be humble here, and it's kind of difficult. But me, I think the game for me this weekend was Carolina Charleston, because I pictured that as the game of the week, like I told Brett on the Street of Talking podcast. And Carolina went out there and showed up offensively and defensively, and they got their running game going. Raleigh Quintero had 160 some yards rushing, and they just went off, and they trying to make a statement. They started off slow, but like I said earlier, they've won 3 of their last 4 games and getting hot at the right time of the season. So that was my answer.
Love it. Moving
Eddie,
on.
who mentored you? Who's your mentor, Eddie?
Offensively or defensively?
Don't matter. Just who? Anybody. Name who they are.
Defensively was me, myself, and I. Offensively, Mark Chisholm, Mighty. Every now and then you give me a tidbit here and there.
Every now and then. Oh, see, I'm really upset now. How about every day? Just kidding.
No, I'm just messing with you, dog.
Nuts. Well, that said, moving on to week 13. As I alluded to, there are teams that are starting to separate themselves from the pack. And I'm curious to know, so for the first game, as you can see, all my picks are selected in gold or yellow. So Charleston will be taking on the Atlanta Swarm, and this will be on Friday, October 4th. Tomorrow, my daughter's birthday. She'll be 17. Yay.
Happy birthday.
8 p.m. Eastern. So this should be a really good game. I'm giving it to Atlanta. They have had a strong showing. Bryant Dynasty has been playing lights out. As long as they can play a clean game, I think Atlanta is going to take this win. But I'm wondering, Ramos, what do you think? Who do you think is going to take this?
Oh, man, it's one of the stronger games of the week. I think both teams are teams that can upset any one of what we consider, the top contenders, whether it's Canton, whether it's Arizona, anybody.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Atlanta just because they're at home, but I will not be surprised at all if Charleston wins. I'm just going to go with the standard Atlanta by 3.
I get what you're saying on that. Zach, what about you?
That's a tough one. My gut tells me the Predators. I know Brian Dynasty is like balling out of control right now, but I have a gut feeling that the depth of the Predators is going to show, and I feel that they might pull it out in a close one.
Okay then, Eddie.
I picked Atlanta to win this one.
All right then, and then Damon.
Wake up, Damon.
Damon?
He checked out. He probably sleep.
Well, we'll come back.
She needs a Lucy Red then.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one more.
No, you got to buy it.
No, but he doesn't want to go to Arizona. He said that.
That's true.
Until you have a 4-year-old, never had really a long time. No. What game was Atlanta and Charleston? I'm taking Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, I figured you would. I should have answered for you. But Saturday, October the 5th, first game up, Fort Worth Toro is taking on the Canton Classics. Canton will be at home, South versus the North Division. 6:30 p.m. Eastern. I think it's going to be an interesting game. I'm going to give the game to Fort Worth, though. So, Damon, who you got?
Who did you say?
Mm.
You have to excuse me. I'm cleaning up after this kid.
It's okay. It's okay. I got Fort Worth and Kenton Classics.
Oh, Fort Worth and Canton. Ooh, that's
Canton's
a
at home.
great game. This Canton's at home. I'll take Canton. I take Canton at home, but the Canton got to come out and they got to run the ball. They cannot come out with that same game plan they had last week versus Nashville.
Why not?
Why not?
You not believe in Scott Patterson?
No, I believe in Scar Patterson. I just don't believe in the game plan. I didn't say they can't come out and not throw the ball. I think they can't come out with the same game plan they had. Whatever passing plays they had in there, throw that in the trash. Scrap that. You know. Sometimes you have to do that, right? But I'll take Kane. Make a long story short.
Got it. Ramos.
I'll take the Classics at home. I just don't see Canton losing 2 in a row. I think they'll learn from their past game. I agree with them on. I think they'll involve their running backs a little bit more and unleash those hounds. I mean, they when they want to put pressure on the quarterback, they can do it better than anybody in the league.
Indeed. Zach?
I got Canton. Canton at home after a loss. I don't see them losing 2 in a row and losing at home at that.
Good stuff. And Eddie, rounding things up.
See, the only reason that Ramos and Damon chose Canton is because Fort Worth is in their division. So don't get it twisted. They picking those picks based off of motion.
What about Zach? He plays in Bossier City. He coaches in Bossier City.
Well, I said Damon and Ramos. they making those picks simply off of motion because they're praying for Fort Worth downfall. Me, myself, I'm going with my heart and my intelligence. So I'm going with Fort Worth with the upset.
Okay.
And wrong again.
Now, I know who 2 of these are going for straight up. So it'll be interesting if they elaborate on how they're going to win. But Bossier City Steamers will be taking on the North City Aztecs, a battle in the South. 6:45 p.m. Eastern, October 5th. As you can see, hey, Zach, don't get mad, bro. I don't get mad, man, but I chose Mexico City on this, man.
It's okay. It's okay.
Either he or Ramos was going to be mad, one or two.
Wait, what over there?
It's okay. You count us out, man, but, we're going to surprise some people.
So what you got to do? What you think you got to do to beat Mexico City?
Oh, we got to limit the turnovers. Like, if you watch our games, man, like, the turnovers have been our Achilles heel. Without the turnovers, we're easily 6-3. Like, it's turnovers, simple and plain. The defense been balling out of control. We have Bob Funk leads the league in tackles. I mean, so the defense.
What position he play?
Free safety.
Free safety?
Yeah.
Leading league in tackles.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. So we just got limited turnovers. Limit turnovers. I think we get the dub.
Okay. Eddie, who you got on this game?
Hey, Ramos, what do you think about a free safety leading the league in tackles?
Yeah, wait. Who you got on this game first before you start asking more questions?
There you go.
I'm sorry, Zach. You my guy and everything, but you told me thanks, but no thanks. So I'm going Mexico City.
No, you wrong for that. You ain't gonna pick Bossier City because that man turned you down. He want to go play for your team.
The man told me,
yeah.
He said he want to play for a contender, so he let us down.
I mean, it wasn't that he was wrong because Arizona wasn't a contender last season.
We sure what?
Missed it by that much, bro.
It's cold. It's a cold situation right there.
Hey, Ramos, what do you think about a free safety leading the league in tackles?
Hey, if he plays in the box a lot, then I have no problem with it. If it's tackles for a loss, I have a problem with it.
That's what's up, man. You know that remind when y'all played us, dog. Y'all safeties lived in the box. I'm like, man, we can't run the ball a yard, man. But y'all back up, Jesus Christ.
Like, no, we getting paid to do what we do. Shit.
That was frustrating.
Hey, once we get into coach talk, Ramos, I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we get through these picks real quick. We can get to the coach talk. Shoot.
All right.
Well, if the host would host, we can get through the picks.
Hold on. You know you will get muted, right?
Mute him. Mute the
I
mod.
can see yours. You will get muted.
Mute the mod immediately.
Say something else. Anyway.
Something else.
Ramos.
Childish. No, seriously though. You know, I obviously have to pick us. You know, at home, but man, Mosier City. You know, they obviously have a lot of carryover from what was the Lone Star Glory, and you know they have a very good quarterback. He can sling it all over the yard. He has great weapons. I like Hunter McWaffle out of the backfield quite a bit, and that defense plays really, really well. So I think it's going to be a game where the team that limits the turnovers the most, and it's going to be it's going to win and field position battle. So it's a matter of making the less mistakes as possible.
All right then. But he got Mexico City. Okay.
Yes.
Just so y'all know.
I do.
Flex. Florida Storm will be taking on the Vancouver Legion East versus October the 5th at 9:00 p.m. Eastern on the Simulation Football League's YouTube page. Both teams are in a unique situation because I don't think that we've witnessed them struggle so much from either, maybe figuring out what the game plan they're going to go with or maybe losing some vital pieces throughout the season. I'm choosing Florida to win this one because I think that they have a slightly better showing. But Vancouver can definitely turn it around at any point. I just think that Florida is a little bit more stronger in this regard because they do have a lot of their key pieces. So, Eddie, who you got?
First of all, how you put Florida and struggling in the same sentence? They only lost 2 games.
Well, they struggled in those 2 games.
Okay. So is this the way that Florida typically plays that you've noticed this season? Do you think that they're playing a little bit differently? I know Money's your boy. I think that they play this a little bit differently than usual.
I think that they're human, and the coaches in this league is getting tougher and tougher to compete against. It's not just those same 2-3 teams that dominate every season. We got a host of teams that can win it this year.
Indeed, just like Baltimore. We're not used to seeing Baltimore with a performance like they had.
Now I can agree with that.
There's no shade. I'm not throwing shade.
I know you're not throwing shade.
I know
you're not throwing.
I mean, I agree with Ashley because Florida has been dominating all season long, and then the 2 games they lost, they didn't dominate at all. They didn't even. I mean, they just didn't look like Florida that we saw. The previous games before that Carolina game and the Canton game. I won't throw shade either, but I mean, as right now as an analyst, they really didn't show up versus Canton. Canton basically had their way with them, and that's not throwing shade at Mighty at all because Mighty's my guy. But yeah, and I think we saw the true Florida versus Arizona that next following week.
That's what we're doing, dog.
Dude, they showed up. They scored over 25 points. What you talking about? You come off from being scraped like a scab, 20-0, and then you put up 27 the next week. Hey, they did some things right. That's all I'm saying, y'all.
Thought it was cool, player.
We are cool.
Spade a spade, though. Spade a spade. But
exactly. Thanks, Ashley.
So you got Florida winning this, Damon?
Yes, Florida versus Vancouver. Yes, Vancouver has been their own Achilles heels all season long. So I'm taking Florida.
Okay. Zach, what about you?
I got Florida.
Eddie?
Florida.
Ramos.
Well, look, Vancouver is playing with urgency. They are playing at home, and again, we've seen Florida struggling a couple of games. They did get shut out, which I never thought was going to happen. They did get shut out by Canton, but I'm still going to Florida.
You said all that to say.
Yep.
I take Florida at the end of the day too. You know what I'm saying? But it's just different. Next, Motor City V8s will be taking on the Arizona Scorpions. Arizona will be at home. Last game of the day on Saturday night, 9:15. So if you had any plans on going on any dates, you need to cancel them because Scorpions will be playing that day. So of course I'm going for Arizona, but please don't get it twisted. Motor City is not any. You do not take any team lightly. And they have been, somewhat of a problem in practice. So as long as Eddie keeps his head in the game, I think we'll be good to go. What say you, Eddie?
I want to hear what Damon got to say first.
Oh shit! You would ask me as soon as my wife asked me to come turn the fan on in the bedroom. Arizona. I'm taking Arizona. I'm not taking Arizona. I'm taking Queen Scorpion on this one right here. I mean, sister is having a season. I mean, 61% completion percentage, 90 QBR. What? Right. But here's the downside. Ashley Jackson has been sacked 14 times this season. If Motor City can put on some pressure, we may see a different ball game. Because when Ashley is under stress, hey, there's no winning for Arizona. So the O-line gotta show up. But I'm taking Arizona by 20.
Which I've been.
You said all that to say that.
That's why I need to run out the way. I'm standing in the pocket. I see this big 350-pound dude coming right here. Why am I not taking off, man? I need to get the heck out the way. But no,
build up your scrambling. Build up your scrambling.
Offense. No, let me run.
You have build up your scramble. He'll take off. She'll take off. Just start progressing scrambling. Forget what Eddie tell you to do. You have control of your own player.
Hey, dog.
Ramos.
You were saying if you have any appointments, you got to cancel, and now you don't. Arizona by 3 touchdowns. They really want to get the number 1 seed. They're in an absolute dogfight with like 5 other teams, and I think they will bring their A game. No pressure, Eddie.
If you would allow Sonny J to hit that game-winning kick, I will have 4 teams to worry about instead of 5.
Yeah,
but you turn the fan on.
Is that what
like you're on right now?
He turn on that. You ever go into the warehouse and they got that big fan at the ceiling? They call big ass fans. That's what he turned on. That's what
fan.
It's all good, right, Mos?
The ball was improperly placed. The leg wasn't facing where it was supposed to be facing.
Hey, Laces in. I saw the replay.
Well, Laces is in on every field goal attempt in this game. Yeah, but the ball did hit the ground, and it looks like he kind of hesitated to take off before the snap. So it is what it is, I'm not too upset about it because it happens.
Bro, I just saw him. Okay, maybe he bobbled a little bit, but it was set. Boy kicked it, and I'm just saying, like that's what I saw. I felt like Chad was just kind of, reading a little bit.
Chad was just trying to be. He was instigating. Chad was instigating.
Zach, did you go? No. Okay.
Yeah, I got Arizona, man, but I think it's gonna be closer than people think. I know Thump is one. He wants this one bad, so it's gonna be closer. But I think Arizona will pull it out.
Okay, then. Never take anybody for granted. So on Sunday, the Chicago Warriors will be taking on the Albuquerque Adams, Central versus the West, October the 6th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Should be a good game. I'm going to I'm going with Chicago to eke this one out. What about you, Ramos?
I'm gonna go with Albuquerque actually at home. Again, I think it's gonna be a close game, lower scoring, but I think Albuquerque will take this one.
All right, Eddie.
Albuquerque hot right now. Give me Albuquerque.
Gotcha. Zach
I got Albuquerque too, man. They're streaking.
and mine.
Albuquerque. My guy Greg Corco that been cooking all season long. I got to go with Albuquerque.
Indeed. Denver Nightwings taking on the Los Angeles Vikings. Battle in the West. October 6th, 6:45 p.m. Eastern. I'm choosing Los Angeles to win this home game. But Zach, ooh, I'm gonna let you.
Get yourself together.
I got it. My bad. Yeah, I got Denver in this one.
Okay, got Zach. Okay, Denver in that one. Okay, Eddie, who you got?
I'm going with LA in a mini upset.
Okay, Ramos.
I'm going with Denver on this one.
Ooh, and Damon.
Denver versus
Denver versus
LA.
LA.
I'm gonna go with Denver. I think Denver has the better run game. I think any team. I believe you got. I'm old school. I love a team that can run the ball, and that's why if you can run the ball, you can control the clock. And I think Denver has a better run game than what LA has.
Yeah, ever since I know you, you've always been a fan of time of possession specifically, so I get it.
Absolutely.
So Lexington Miners will be taking on the Indianapolis Ramblers, battle in the Central Division on October 6th. Salud, Ramos.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 9 o'clock. So, gentlemen, I'm choosing Lexington to win this game. I think it could. This is kind of like a pick'em for me, kind of toss up, but I'm giving it to Lexington for me. But Zach, what do you say?
I got Lexington, man. The receivers getting better and better as they keep progressing. And I feel like they're really developing into like a real formidable team at the right time.
Okay. Damon?
I agree with Zach. I'm going Lexington on this one here, and here's why. Johnny Pickler has 20 interceptions on the season.
Damn.
And only 11 touchdowns. But he has over 2,000 yards passing. QBR is not that great at 58%, and that has to be from the 20 picks. But yeah, I'm going with Lexington on this one just for that reason.
All right, Ramos, who you got?
It's kind of like a pick'em kind of game. They're pretty close. I'm gonna go Lexington just because of Johnny Pickler's interception issues and the fact that Lexington has just a really good secondary with J Rock and company.
I agree. Eddie?
I'm going with the upset, and not because this Chad is my guy, but I'm going with Indianapolis. I think their defense is gonna show up this week.
Yeah, they got Saran Hicks over there and get you a few sacks. That'll be dope. So we'll see. Nashville Timbo taking on Louisiana Revolution, ending things off at 9:15 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. Remember, you can see these games on the Simulation Football League's YouTube page. And I'm going with Nashville Tempo to win this. They just seem to be on a hot streak to me. Like I said earlier, they were a problem in the SFLM, and I kind of figured that they would be, and it's seemingly so. So, Ramos, who you got?
I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm gonna go Louisiana at home.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Eddie?
I got Nashville. I like the way they're playing right now.
Zach?
Nashville.
Okay, and Damon.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat with Nashville as well.
Cool. Last game of the week, Monday, October 7th, will be Baltimore Vultures taking on DC Dragons. I chose Baltimore to win this game. It's a battle in the North. at 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Again, Baltimore is not the same Baltimore I'm used to seeing. I did give them the slight edge on this one, but DC definitely has the pieces to take the win from Baltimore. Especially it's a home game for DC too. So, Demond, what are your thoughts?
This one is tough for me, and that's because I'm close with both of the owners with both of these ball clubs. But I gotta go with Baltimore, and here's the reason why. I just don't think DC has the firepower offensively outside of Lauren Pococo and Kevin Say. If they had another receiver to go along with the two that they have now, maybe I can see DC pulling this game off. But right now, I just do not see it. But DC does have the defense to beat Baltimore, though.
Yes, they do. Ramos.
This one is close. I'm gonna go with the Vultures, but I will not be surprised if it's on a comeback win. DC's leading late, and then Baltimore mounts a comeback. I think it's gonna be a great game.
All right, Eddie.
I got DC winning at home in a close one. I think their running game is gonna do just enough to keep the ball in their hands and keep Jack Whitmore off the field.
All right then. Lastly, Zach.
I got DC as well. At home, and I think Nick Fargo is going to have a big impact on the game.
See, Zach gets it. Somebody promote that guy.
All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for joining us for Week 13 Pick'ems. We're gonna see who is right and who is wrong. And again, please understand this is all fun. You don't pick your team. It's just 50-50. You don't like it, just answer on the field. That's how we do it. So, on to the good stuff, gentlemen. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about the standings, but I'm going to start with my coaching questions for you guys. I want you to be honest with yourselves.
Uh-oh.
I want you to rank yourself as a coach on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being I'm the best coach in the SFL. And 1 being I definitely need some work. Like I'm struggling. Like I don't know. I'm at the bottom tier.
I can't wait to hear Ramos answer.
Well, we're gonna start off with Demond first.
There you go.
And put me on the spot, huh?
Good choice.
All right.
I can't win.
I would say I'm middle of the pack. I'm nowhere near the coach that I thought I was back in the APF days. This game here is a whole lot harder. And it keeps you up at night. It keeps you up, keeps your head, scratching your head, like, what is really going on. But so there's always room for growth, right? And sometimes you just have to reflect, do some self-inflection, and just look at the self-inflicted wounds that you have caused over the season or so. Basically, that's what I'm doing or going to do this off season, and and just revamp and change some things up, especially offensively. Actually, offensively and defensively, this season, I started to do some things that we didn't do the previous 2 seasons, and it most definitely hurt us on both sides of the ball, especially on the defense. Well, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Defense kind of was okay, but then I ended up turning the defense over to Jason Peace, and in the past 2-3 weeks, defense has been looking really good. We started to turn the ball over a whole lot more than what we was doing earlier in the season, which we wasn't turning the ball over at all. So. But yeah, I would say I'm middle of the pack, but I give that round to Mighty RX. So.
Okay. Like the honesty. Ramos?
Based off of this season alone, I'll give me an 8. I've been coaching the defense. I think our defense has played better over the last couple seasons. So, a couple of seasons ago, we were allowing about 25 points per game, 26 points per game. Last season, we were allowing 20 points per game. and this season we are allowing 13 points per game. So it's been a steadily improvement, but at the same time, I cannot say, "Oh, I'm definitely the best," coach or head coach or anything, because truth be told, I was struggling offensively over the last couple of seasons until Mike Dax came in and brought a fresh air of coaching knowledge. So I think it's been solid. I'll give me an 8.
Okay, respect that too. Zach, where you at?
I give myself a 7. I know I'm new to the league, but like I really literally came up playing like 2K football my entire life. Like I had every single 2K football, every single 2K basketball too, and I see similarities.
Zach, you don't look that old.
Oh yeah, nah, I'm almost 40, man.
Oh, for real? Damn. Okay.
Drink a lot of water.
Kids, man. Kids.
Yeah, so I just and this is the kind of thing I do for fun, man. Me and my buddies, cousins, we have online dynasties, that span, for almost like decades. It seems like. So it's football strategy. I played football. I coach football. So I'm new to the SFL league, but to doing this kind of thing in football, I know like the back of my hand.
Okay. Good deal. Eddie.
So I'm going to predicate my answer by saying, as it stands today, I believe the league only has 2 teams with coaches who have won championships, and that's Mexico City, Florida. Excuse me, 3. Mexico City, Florida, and Baltimore. Is that correct, Damon?
You say teams that has won what?
Teams that have current coaches who have won championships. It's 3 in the league right now. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Baltimore,
DC, Baltimore, Mexico City.
Well, DC's
Florida.
coach wasn't coaching. DC's coach back then who won isn't coaching now.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. He's not coaching now. You're correct.
So DC, Florida, and Baltimore. I consider those guys 10s. Ramos being humble and all that, and I get that. But they have been to the mountaintop, climbed it, and beat that bitch over. Sorry. I forgot why I'm at. Sorry. And they've been to the mountaintop and been there and done that and got chips. So I get him 10s. Mighty always tries to renew my confidence and tell me that I'm one of the best coaches in the league. And I always tell him I don't consider myself that because I haven't won. I've gotten there twice, but I've lost twice. So I told him I consider myself one of the best of the rest. In fact, I consider myself the best of the rest. So I give those 3 coaches 10s, and I give myself an 8.5.
Okay. They're respectful. I can see that. I mean, I like the fact that everybody gave them some room to grow. And I was going to be interesting to even pose that question to the league and see who would actually think of themselves as a 10. Because it's interesting that you thought of others as 10s, right? But they didn't necessarily see themselves that way. So
yeah,
I think this is really interesting.
There's a lot of respect that is giving, but that is not shown publicly, should I say, around the league. Excuse me. A lot of the coaches has a lot of respect for each other. There's coaches in this league that I don't even know who are coaches. You know what I'm saying? And I say that because, as Eddie stated, Mighty is a great motivator, and he's been, he's done it to me as well. And I've said it. I think I've made this publicly before on your show, Ashley, that Mighty told me that, hey man, it's not the playoffs are not fun when Houston is not in it. And I took that to heart. And when he told me that, I started to bust my behind, to make sure that we got back into the playoffs the next following the season. When he told me that, I want to say that was around probably like season 18, season 19 off season or so when he told me that. And I just started grinding, to get back into that playoff hunt and run or so. Because he and we've had some great matchups in the playoffs, and they basically came down to around the last play of the game or so to decide who's going to win it or whatever. But it's been great matching up with him over the years or so. And Ramos and I, man, we have a lot of history and a lot of respect for one another. And people may not know that or think that we have that respect for one another because we're division rivals or so. But man, that defense of Santa Fe back in the day and Mexico City now, has given me hell over the years, game planning for. And, he'll let you know as well, there's some things about Houston that gives him fits also. So,
yeah, that run game is crazy, And I was telling Mike, when we were game planning for Houston this past weekend, I was like, because Mike was doing his offensive changes, and I was like, Mike, give me that playbook as soon as you can, because I'm selling for the run defensively. I'm going for the run. Like, I just want to stop that run because I know that's Houston, and that's been Houston ever since the day. And I told him on this, he's giving me fits since Darnell Black, and people here will not even know who that is. That's how long it's been since his run game has given me trouble. And even then, the headhunters still ran for like 150 yards on me. So, but it's that level of respect. It's kind of like Tom Brady with Peyton Manning, Bill Belichick sort of thing. It's like that heated rivalry, but now they're they're buddies and they're kind of like almost best friends, stuff like that, just because of that level of respect. In that competition. So, yeah, absolutely.
And the feeling is mutual, my friend.
Yeah. It also, even in the gag days when we play player versus player, actually with controllers in our hands, we had some great games. So, yeah.
He was cheating with
absolutely.
I would love to see. I would like to see an old school game like that, I want to see you guys actually playing with the sticks, though. Like y'all actually controlling what happens, and see if some of these.
I may have to fire up the old Xbox 360 and go live on Twitch. What it is, but you know what? Since I joined the SFL, I have not been able to play APF. It's hard for me to play the game because I have become so accustomed to just watching it now.
Yeah.
I've tried playing it before, and I'm like, ew. I can't touch this. It's like it just feels gross.
But I want to put the X button. Shoot.
All right, now I'd rather watch.
So I got a fun question for you guys. If your team was an NFL franchise, who would they be? Who would you want them to be compared to?
Who do I want them to be, or who are we?
No, I want to know who you think they are right now.
Okay. Should I start?
Yeah.
The Steelers.
I'm excited.
The Pittsburgh Steelers. Why? I've been critical of Coach Mike Tomlin because he gets a lot of praise, and this is self-critique, right? He has been given a lot of praise. This team never goes under 500. This team always makes the playoffs. This team always there for the division. But he hasn't won jack in a long time, and that's us. We are pretty good at home. We have a pretty good defense. Normally, we have a good run game, like the Steelers have. Normally, we have a couple of good receivers. We had a Hall of Fame quarterback for a long time, just like the Steelers had with Big Ben. And even with all that, we haven't won in a long time. So I've been critical of Coach Tomlin. I'm like, I don't think he's a great coach. I don't think he's an awesome coach because he gets to the playoffs and he gets one and done. And unfortunately, that's been us.
Dang. All right, Steel Curtain. Zach?
I was thinking hard about this one. So if I was to compare Bossier City to an NFL franchise right now, I'd probably say the Seahawks. We got pieces, got to put it together. We had, a couple of seasons ago, man, we were like almost like right there. We were ACA because I got drafted. We were ACA. And and then we kind of fell off a little bit. We just got to get back to the former glory.
Come on, don't you say Dallas?
Oh, see, all right. So I'm an Eagles fan. Like, I bleed green, so I don't want any parts of anything that has any kind of doubt. I don't even like the word that word in my house. Like,
for that reason, I'm gonna go ahead and say Dallas. Nah, I'm not gonna say Dallas because I'm not the GM of my team. Although I do participate in off-season, free agency and draft. I allow the GM to do their job. I'm not Jerry Jones where I take over full control of the team like that. I would say Houston would be. Oh man, it's gonna hurt me to say this. I'm gonna say. Okay, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna go with the Chargers. And here's the reason why I'm saying the Chargers is because one, we haven't won anything in a long time. Two, we have made it to the championship game and lost as well as the Chargers have. And that's the only reason why I say the Chargers is because, we've made semifinal games here in the SFL and haven't, advanced to that championship or so. That's probably the only team I can think of that we pretty much come close to. And I can't stand the Chargers. I really dislike the team with a passion. But if any comparison, it would have to be them, just because we haven't won jack in a while.
All right, then.
Mm-hmm.
Lastly, Eddie.
Of course, Ramos don't like the Chargers. He a Chiefs fan. Or was he a Broncos?
No, he's a Broncos fan.
Chiefs fan.
He's a Broncos fan.
That's just insulting.
My bad.
I'm disappointed in you.
I knew it was one of them AFC teams. But no, for me, this year, I say we are the 2007 Chicago Bears. Chicago, they had two running backs with A-Train in them, and we had a great middle linebacker with Urlacher. Our quarterback was but
y'all had Urlacher and Briggs.
Yeah, we had Briggs. Man, come on, dog. We had dogs out there, man. We had Mike Brown back there in the secondary. Man, come on, you serious? But
you mean the team that made the Super Bowl, the 06 Bears? Okay,
07, 06, 07,
yeah.
That'd be us. A solid a team who could run the ball, play solid defense until everybody start getting hurt, and an efficient passing game. That's us for sure.
So you calling Ashley Jackson Rex Grossman? You have to shake.
Oh no, she better, dude. She got the number one QBR right now. You serious? 89.9. You know what's crazy about that is all season long I've been saying to myself, man, I gotta improve her completion percentage and her quarterback rating, all this stuff. And then I just happened to look it up yesterday because of what Brett titled the show. And I said, wait a minute, she number one? Oh, snap! Oh, that's what's up. I just had a totally different outlook because it's so hard to have a high completion percentage in this game. It's not like 2K8. You can know what defense they were going to play, and you still have debacle sometimes. So you just gotta.
Well, I need you to share your secret with me.
Throw the ball short. See, you like to throw the ball deep downfield. I think that joke off in a minute and don't think nothing about it. 2nd and 5. Let's go.
It's crazy because before I move on to my my next question, it's funny because I didn't come up in Eddie's listing of MVPs, so I was just wondering if you the number one, how that doesn't happen. But Ashley might be looking for.
I can answer that for you if you want to.
Huh?
I can answer that for you.
No. In traditional sports, you have your locker room speeches. So I'm wondering, guys, do you give your team either speeches before the game, speeches after game, or both? Because some people be like, oh, okay, well, hey, rah, 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 sis, boom, bob, and then when you lose, you don't say nothing. There is no kind of words of comfort. you just let it ride, So I want to know from you, Zach. Are you the type of guy that does the locker room speeches on game day, win or lose?
In the SFLM, always. SFLM, man, I'm always trying to rile the guys up. Even in the main chat, I do that. But as far as the team goes, it'll be once in the blue. I'm more like the, I don't want to say rookie, but more the younger players in the locker room. So, I'm observing. I kind of let more of the veterans kind of like take the lead more. I see what they do, watch how they move, and I kind of like adjust, my style accordingly. But SFLM is kind of like a different vibe. I'm super duper vocal, or I try my best to be.
Okay, Eddie.
You already know how I get down. I mean,
they don't.
On game, it's not even just me. It's me. It's you. It's Diggs. It's Ernest. It's a whole bunch of us in there, man. And we come out like, hey man, it's game day. Let's get up in here. We post clips and videos and shit. And sometimes I come up with a little hype video I found on YouTube, man. On game day, it's time to see the work that you put in is gonna pay off. And that's me. And then when we win, I'm saying, it's like 7 or 8 of us that have been there lit, and the whole locker room be jumping, and it'd be a party up in there, man. That's one of the things I like best about our squad. It'd be a party in there, when we win. And even other than that, I also like, I go in there and post videos of myself, saying what I'm expecting out this week, opponent, what we got to look out for, what I think we can take advantage of. And, same thing with post game. I say, we kind of predicted this and it could turn out this way. They kind of surprise us with that, stuff like that. So, yeah, I love Arizona, man. It'd be a party out there, especially when we win it.
You also do that crazy stuff where you will, hey, well, I was testing something and I'm not sure if this is going. I'm not sure if they're going.
I don't tell them that. I just tell you that. I don't tell them that.
No, you do. You say it in the locker room.
Oh yeah, I do say that sometimes. Matter of fact, I said it against Mexico City. I said, man, Mexico City, they stacked that box, man. I don't know, DJ and Brad. We got to win some other way because I don't think our running game gonna get off today. Yeah, and sure enough, dude, as soon as the H and height came out your mouth, Casey was flying down. I'm like, come, man, can y'all just, man, slip or someone place we get 4 yards? God dang, man. That game was so frustrating, Ramos.
Oh, God. It was on both sides, actually.
Yeah.
On both sides.
All right, Ramos, your turn.
What was the question again? Sorry.
You doing your rods in pregame preps and postgame prep talk.
Thank you. You're right. I'm not of a pre-game, speech guy. To be honest, I let the team actually do it. Sometimes Mike Dads does says a few words to the team, but it's more so the team itself. It's more so Dan Tritz. It's more so John Fowler. It's more so Ray Bentley. It's more so, those guys. Max Jackson is in there. We have great leadership with our players, and it's more so them that take the initiative on those games. And after a game, I always tell something to my guys. Win or lose, I always tell something. If we win, great team win all. This is a team win, team victory. We'll move on to the next. Let's stay strong. Let's stay focused, right? If it's a loss, I obviously assume the responsibility. Hey, this one is on me. We'll improve. We'll get better. We'll study, and we'll make the changes to make sure we get the W next week.
Okay. Lastly, Damon.
Man, what we used to do in Houston for many seasons, we would post hype or you know how when you see players on the field pre-game, they're getting hyped, getting ready for the game, they have the headphones on. So what we started to do was we would have everyone post their hype songs that get them hyped. And one of my favorite hype songs is "Let's Go" by Trick Daddy. Uh, let's go. If you're ready, tell them go on, hit the flow. You know what I'm saying? So we about to wreck this bitch up. So that song always gets me hyped up or whatever. But so that was one of mine I always post. The funny thing is that Dave Burr, who lives in North Carolina, used to always post rappers from Houston. Like, bro, how you know about all these people who not even mainstream yet? So that was pretty fun. That's something that we used to do, but it kind of died down last season and this season. I don't do too much of a pregame, prep talk. I'm like Ramos. After the game is when I mostly speak on the game. I do like a game recap. I'll talk about what I saw in the game, what I feel that the team, needs to work on. I used to do videos of my pregame, not pregame, postgame recaps. If you go on my personal YouTube page, you'll see those. No, I'll tell you back. On the Headhunters, we have a Houston Headhunters a YouTube page, and the postgame recaps are on that. So if anybody ever want to just go and take a look at it, just hear me ramble and talk, you can. But I normally post them into the team locker room. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
good.
and then my game recap videos, I will post those in the locker room also. So the team can look at it and see.
I like it. I think that's important for owners, coaches, at least to say something, because you're doing everything, obviously, with especially trying to put together a game plan, but you want the players to know that you're there too. That was always something that's important to me. I got to know that my owners are there and that my coaches are there, just in case I have any questions or just to see their faces, or see them in the chats or whatever, locker rooms.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more of a serious question, guys. Was your confidence wavered when we switched games? And if so, how did you work through that self-doubt that you had? Because I know that at first there was a lot of pushback on it, and now we've gotten a couple seasons under our belts now.
For Ramos.
There you go.
But I want to know if in fact, if your confidence was shaken with the game switch initially, and how you work through. And I'm gonna start with you first, Ramos.
Hey, Dinky.
Hey, shut up.
London.
So when we made the change, I was confident. As we made the change, I was confident. I thought it was a good move for the league. Having all the customization, fresh start. I think at some points, in some others known, but some points the game and the league had become a little bit stale on some things, such as game planning. I was seeing the same plays week to week. I was saying the same kind of game plans more often than not, and the same things. And so I thought the breath of fresh air was a good thing. Now, that I got quickly humbled when on our first season we went 0-7 right off the bat, and we were staring at worst record in the entire league, and staring at 0-8 right in the face. Actually, we won on a overtime kickoff return for a touchdown to get our first win, and then we won 3 out of the last 5 games. Then the following season we went 6-6, and midway through that season is when kind of like the confidence started to tilt a little bit in the positive side again. When I was figuring it out more defensively, whilst Mike was doing his thing offensively. And coming into the season, very confident. Starting from week 1, I thought we had a phenomenal group of guys who were developed, and I had already learned from 2 seasons prior. So the confidence has really, skyrocketed until then.
Good. I mean, you like I said, you've been in the league forever, so you adapted to changes, I'm sure, over the course of you being here. So I would imagine that some people adapting to that change or to changes is a little bit easier than others. Especially if it's an open-minded situation. If you go into it with a closed mind, then you probably are going to have a little bit more difficulty than others. But Zach, you're interesting because you didn't necessarily come. Did you never? Were you on to? You never tried 2K4? I mean, 2K8 with us, right?
No, I wasn't in the league then.
Right. So you never kind of went through that kind of transitional phase that everybody else had.
It's actually crazy because I found I still follow 2K4 and 2K5 on YouTube. So that's actually how I found the league. It just came up with my suggestions. Like I guess when the switch happened.
Okay. So did you have any previous experience with this game prior to actually joining the league?
Oh yeah. I used to have APF 2K8. I remember back when they had like the badges, right? So you had they started you off for like 3, but if you wanted to get 5 badges, you had to 100% the game. So I was staying up all night, making sure I could do that so I could put the 5 badges on all my players. So yeah, I used to play APF heavy.
Okay. So in your personal opinion, because you didn't necessarily play the game when we were hexing it at the time. So what do you think? I don't want to say which product is better but in your opinion, which game do you feel gives the more authentic, I guess, experience?
Well, if you're talking about authentic, to that time period, it's 2003, then it's 2K4. APF, man, was kind of wild. You could have games with 8-9 interceptions. It was I like the animations, of course, were better because it was years in the future. And there were advancements to gameplay. But if you're talking about the AI nuts and bolts, and I go with 2K4. My favorite was 2K5, but 2K5 is better from a user standpoint. If you watch 2 AIs in 2K5, it's not too good. But I say 2K4 is solid as far as if you want to, if it's competition based and strategy and X's and O's, I'll go 2K4.
Good stuff. Eddie.
So I got off to a slow start with 2K4 because we went to the championship, and after that I was just mentally exhausted. So I didn't bother downloading the game, looking at the game, or reading about it or nothing for weeks. I was just chilling, just taking time off. Plus I was depressed after losing the championship because people everywhere were saying Eddie just lost his chance to win a chip because he was just starting to figure out 2K8. And so my confidence was never down. It was just a matter of me getting acclimated with the game, but it took some time. Although I think we went 8-4 the first season with 2K4, 9-3, something like that. But just like everybody else, I was still, figuring it out. But my confidence was never down. No, I can't even lie and say that.
Okay.
As long as I could still scout, even though this camera angle is horrible, you can still do it. It's just difficult. I should say more difficult.
So as long as you feel like you have some kind of input and some kind of control in the game, you're fine.
As long as I feel I can make out defenses, I'll be fine.
Okay.
Although that don't apply this week, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah, at the time during the transitioning to 2K4, I was 1 foot in and 1 foot out of the league. I was in a really, really bad place at that time, mental wise. So I like Eddie stated, he got a late start, on downloading the game. I had the game downloaded. I just didn't touch it. Like I said, I was unsure if I was going to still be around or so. I even was late on free agency, and I'm normally on top of free agency, right away. But to really answer the question, during the transition, I basically translated what I knew from APF over to 2K4. Although I've had history with 2K4, but if you're new jumping into it, you're pretty much going to be lost as a coach. But if you have that history with the game, or even being with APF, although the offensive plays and some of the defensive plays are totally different, but if you just know football, you'll be okay. But I just translated what I knew from APF into this game or so forth. That was basically it there. The one thing that really drove me nuts was the damn playbook. I hated it. It's just too many plays. Just too many.
That sounds crazy coming from you.
Yeah, because I used to have the max. Of plays in APF at 150. But man, 230, that's just too much now. That's just too much.
So I want to do a real quick rapid fire question, because I know one of y'all had a question to ask the other coaches. I definitely want you to do that. I want to say it was Damon. I think you had something to add, or was it Eddie? One of y'all had something to ask.
Yeah, it was me. I wanted to ask Ramos a question.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna definitely let you do that. But I got one little quick fire question. Before we get into this final one with the playoff picture, seeing if we gonna see much movement. Oh snap, bro. I need some ginkgo biloba or something, because that literally just left. So but while you're talking,
might get worse.
I know you're not talking. You don't even remember where you put your water.
Damn.
All right. So Damon? Okay. While I think about that rapid fire.
I'm here. I was trying to fix my.
Bro, I'm gonna start writing this down. Okay. So Damon is trying to fix his camera.
Yeah, I had to put it on. I'm not at home, so I don't have to stand. All right, so I didn't bring it with me. I think I was going to send an invite to come on the show this week, but it just goes to show that people love me.
We'll talk about that. Quick fire. I'm trying to remember the quick thing. It wasn't this, but this is a good one for y'all. Quickly, if you could coach any football legend, living or dead, who would it be? They can join your team right now, and they would actually be on the esports team, as well as somebody you can actually coach. I say the Fridge personally, but Eddie, who you got?
Walter Payton. Walter Payton.
Walter Payton? Of course. I should have guessed that. Zach?
Barry Sanders.
Oh, nice. Come on.
I mean, he a good second option.
Deion Sanders. My all-time favorite player. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go Champ Bailey.
Bailey. Okay.
It's a good one.
Indeed.
He was a better corner.
I want you to ask your question that you wanted to ask to Ramos, and if anybody else during this time had a coaching question to ask each other, y'all can.
I got a question for Ramos too. I'll let Damon go first.
Oh shoot!
I don't know if I want to. I mean, I want to ask this question, but I don't know if I should ask it on air because it's a scheme deal.
You can always say I decline the answer. Go ahead and ask him.
Ramos, I've known you for years, and I've known that you love Key Zone. Can you tell me why do you love Key Zone so much?
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay, because Eddie actually has asked me like, well, not exactly that question, but it's like, how do you even dare to use key zone? Like, how do
In
you like?
dime, bro. In dime.
How do you do that?
Exactly.
To me, it all depends on the team that I'm facing. It's not like I'm gonna use key zone in every single game, right?
Okay.
But there are times in which if I have to worry about something in the box, especially between the hashes, whether I have to worry about inside runs, I have to worry about slants, I have to worry about shallow crosses, I have to worry about fullback dives. That is a time in which I can plug in the key zone.
You writing that down?
And
Key zone.
the what?
I was asking if Zach was writing that down.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I'm taking note.
There you go. There you go. And there are times in which even if a team runs quite a bit, I'm not going to put key zone. You know, there are times in which I will be, right? Depending on the scheme, depending on what type of running back I'm facing, the opposing team's offensive line. And if I have to worry about it, because like sometimes, okay, there's slants, but I'm not too worried about the tight end, you know? Sometimes, right?
You're not worried about Will Todd.
Oh, yes, I'm worried. Will Todd is great. So if it's, a great tight end, I'll be like, I need to give my linebackers a little bit of help, right? But then because a lot of the times, and you know this, guys, you pick your poison sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I'm gonna stop this guy. If that other guy beats me, so be it. Like great coaching.
Yeah.
So that's why. That's why. And I don't think there's any difference. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you this. Like Eddie, every week on Eddie's show or whatever show he's on, he talks about how much he wants to get Will Todd involved, right? So during your offense in APF, you were known for getting Mike Daggs involved. He became a great tight end under your offensive system and started the hashtag throw it to the tight end. Now, I've been telling Eddie, hey, if you want to get Will Todd involved, you have to select plays in your playbook where the tight end goes on a post route or corner route. Having him on in routes and out routes, the AI is not going to throw it to him. You got to have him on deep routes down the middle of the field. Eddie is afraid to add those plays into his playbook, Ramos. Can you please preach to this guy, for the love of God, to do this for Will Todd?
Hey, so sometimes you got again, just for anything in play calling, you just gotta pick the right points to do so. And you need to have the right personnel, right? And I think Will Todd can do it. If you have a young rookie tight end just developing, has 71 speed, you have no business putting him on a corner route against a 99 overall strong safety, name it, whoever, Giovanni Bolt, it's like, you're setting your guy for failure, right? But again, just for anything, I think there's times in which you can call things and there's time in which you will refrain from it.
I got a question. I got two questions for you, Ramos.
Okay.
What made you use key zone and dime versus Baltimore in that quarterfinal game or the semifinal game?
The one that we lost?
Game? No,
it wasn't championship.
I think it was semifinal.
You mean the one that we lost on the onside?
Yeah.
Did we run key zone? Probably we did. If we did, it's because if we did, is because we saw, or I saw 90 all slants up the what.
Yeah.
And in that case,
it's 50Z. That 50. What is that? 50Z.
50X corner.
Yeah, whatever the heck it is.
Oh no, it was the
what the heck it's called.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about because we only called 2 plays out of that formation. It was 90 all slants or that other one that you're talking about. Yeah. That was it. It was 50X deep post, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I thought y'all had them that year, man.
And we would have had it been for that onside kick.
Yeah.
If we recover that onside kick, we got it. Because
game is over.
Even if we allow 40 points, who cares? We won the game.
Right.
You know? But it is what it is. I guess we saw just 90 slants. And at that time, you kind of like roll the dice because it's like, okay, if we get burned one time or two times, that can even happen with cover 12.
Yeah.
That can even happen with cover 4.
Yeah.
Right? But if they go 90 on slants and we can get our hands on them, especially because we had Jeffrey Daggs, right? We got those guys. It's like I trust my guys to come up with one of those and kind of turn the game in our favor. And sadly, it didn't happen. Okay.
One other question, Ramos.
Like Jeffrey Daggs on your team.
Oh, what was that question? Sorry, you were sounding robotic.
What is it like having Jeffrey Daggs on your team? It seems that this guy is like an all-time. I mean, dude, he does things that is just unbelievable. In the virtual world of football, return punts for touchdowns, return kicks for touchdowns. He has multiple pick six under his belt. And the dude is not even over 20 years old yet. And he's a Hall of Famer. So.
Yeah.
Sure. What is Jeffrey like? To you, as his coach. I've seen him, at the conventions or so. I just want to get your take on Jeffrey.
Yeah, it is phenomenal. In the locker room outside, he's actually pretty quiet. He doesn't talk a lot. Even though he's a high energy guy, he doesn't talk a lot. He talks a little bit here and there, but not a lot. On the field, man, free safety is my favorite position in football, just in general, all of football. Free safety is my favorite position. And, having that guy, knowing the importance of it and how dynamic it can be, because the guy is not very tall. He's about 5'10", but he is so athletic that I can and so quick and so his ball skills are amazing. I can trust him just to cover center field and just post routes. He's got him right. He's a good tackler for his size. Is actually a pretty good tackler. So I can bring him down to the box and I can trust him one-on-one even with a running back, right? And if he doesn't make the tackle, I know he's gonna make a good effort. Kind of do a half a stop, and then their defense is gonna rally. So having that guy who can move, I can move all over the place. I can trust it in middle of the field, deep third, go to the flat, center field in that key zone. I know, he's a great player, and I can trust him to do everything.
I got a question for you, Ramos.
Love it.
When you prepare for games, this season, you got a lot more time in your hands now that Daggs is doing the offense.
Been a godsend.
How much preparation do you do? Do you scout actual plays or do you scout schemes?
Kind of depends on the week, but definitely I do more game planning and more testing with Mike than what I did on All Pro. It got to a point where, we talked about it, we've joked about it, and All Pro was running like 2 sims a week, right? If that sometimes. No, but right now we are just pumping those, and I'm looking at a lot of film, and more so, again, depending on the team, but more so I'm looking at key spots, right? And just looking at the roster. Yeah. Right. If I know, man, this team has 5 offensive linemen and 2 fullbacks and 2 running backs. Yeah. Okay. Or if this team has 5 wide receivers and the highest paid quarterback in the league. Okay. So that's more so how I'm looking at it.
I respect that.
I want to go back to a question Ashley asked, and I just thought of this. You talked about our transitioning as coaches over from APF to this league. This is something I took highly into consideration when it came to selecting playbooks that first season. Mm-hmm. I would do a Google search. On, and I would type in, let's just say Green Bay Packers 2002, right? And I would go into Pro Football Reference And what I would do is I would look at what offensive scheme that team ran for that season. What was their record? What was the points they averaged, for the season? How many points did the defense average giving up during that season? I'm not an analytical guy, but I went analytical with it, So, and I just went into that deep dive, and it kind of helped me out a lot in reference to me selecting playbooks for that season in season 21. I love the West Coast style offense. I think it's probably one of the best offensive schemes ever in football. And that's what I was pretty much running that season. I ran. I can name off all the books I ran that season. I think I ran one book that was Dan Coryell offense, which was the coach that season. But I ran Packers that season. I ran Raiders that season, Vikings that season, and all these coaches, all these playbooks that I use were from under that Bill Walsh tree, and Mike Holmgren tree, and so forth. So I thought that was something unique that I did. I thought it was outside of the box. I thought it gave me an advantage. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't, but I think it was very, very interesting and very, it helped me out a lot that first season in that transition.
Yeah, definitely. If I had to choose, I will also probably go. It's kind of like a hybrid, depending, but between West Coast and ground and pound. I'm not too much of a run and shoot guy. For the ones who don't know, run and shoot, one running back, 4 wide receivers, no tight end. And we are hashtag throw it to the tight end. So, the run and shoot is not a lot of our thing. The Air Coryell, as you said, normally 3 wide receivers, vertical offense. It can work if you have outstanding receivers like Don Coryell had with the Air Coryell with the Chargers back then, John Jefferson, those guys back in the 80s, Kellen Winslow back in the 80s. Right. So it can work, of course, if you have the right personnel. But I'm like you. I really like the run and shoot. I really like play action and using the tight end a lot. Roll out. Those kinds of things. That's more my thing. I will agree.
And getting Michael Irvine, Tiberius Bovine over on my team last season, he helped me out a lot in reference to getting the ball to the tight end. Because his first season with us, he probably had 5 catches all season long, and I don't even think he had a single touchdown. Last season, he led the team in touchdowns, and I think he led the team in receptions as well. And he was helping me out, offensively last season or so. And I learned a lot from Mike, basically as in reference to getting the ball to the tight end. I was like Eddie. I was like, no, I am not sending the tight end on a deep post, not on the corner route. No, I am not doing it. In routes, out routes, that's all you get, So, but seeing the season that this season, he hasn't touched the ball as much, and I think it's because the way how I kind of set the offense up, where I'm moving everybody around. I'm not just having Sim dedicated to the Z, St. Green to the X, and Adams, at the Y spot. Everybody's being moved around, so targets are being distributed like our and just being 2 or 3 people came up pretty big in the game versus you guys and versus Indianapolis the last 2 weeks. So he's a weapon that you have to take into consideration. Yeah.
You said Sim playing the Z. I thought Sim was the X. You taking a demotion?
Sim is the. No, never. You ever seen that? If you ever go back and watch, I want to say it's the 1992 NFC Championship game, Cowboys versus 49ers. all game, Michael Irvin kept running. It was a certain play, and he kept doing a curl route. And what's his name? No. Michael Irvin kept running. I'm sorry, he kept running. He kept running a quick slant, and Alvin Harper was running the curl route. So the way San Francisco's defense was scheming towards Irving, they was taking the quick slant away from him. So he said, "Okay, well, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna run this curl route, this play." And then Alvin Harper breaks it open for about 80. Yeah, exactly. And Troy Aikman said it best. If Michael is in that spot, I don't think we get that same look, you know? So that's why I took the initiative to start moving my receivers around, you know, to get different mixed matches and so forth like that. So that not only just the mismatches, but to also allow Israel Adams, who was the number 3 receiver on the team, to be at the Z and to be at the X in certain formations or so. Yeah.
So, gentlemen, I have one more question for you guys, but this is kind of like a little bitty question. This is the one that I was thinking of that just left, but I got it back with Iman mentioned playbooks. Can you guys go one full season with one book? Do you think that you will have a successful season if you just use one book?
Yes.
Yes. And I say yes because Arizona has proven that.
Okay.
I think if you have the personnel to make it work and give yourself a little bit of wiggle room so it's not the same exact plays every single week, yes, you can.
Yeah, I say definitely.
So when Cam gave out the book count, basically he could have just said y'all just had a 2 book maximum, then y'all could have been straight.
Yeah, I'll be fine with it.
I prefer 2. I could live with 3, but I prefer 2.
Yeah.
I like the flexibility of having the option to have 3 or 4, personally.
Because you coach offense, of course you do.
No, I coach defense. Mike has.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Dang, that surprised me here then. That's what's up. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I do like the flexibility of 4 myself. But I think it would be nice to have a setup like we had in APF, you know, where that we can select whatever we want into our playbook and be pretty much diverse, you know. But then again, it may go back to the cookie cutter, and I would hate to see that again, you know. Everyone is running the same formations and the same plays or so forth. But like Ramos said, the diversity of the 4 books, it does, you know, give teams their own certain identity.
Which is what Cam wanted to do in the first place. So there you go.
Well, I can say there's some stuff going on that's gonna. I think everyone is gonna appreciate it if it passes.
Yeah. I have one question. One last question for Ramos before we go. Ramos, did you guys turn the fan on Monday night? Like what happened?
So we had like 40,000 people just blow into like the air just to push the ball, and it worked.
I was also going to ask, were you guys praying on the sideline like Lawrence Taylor was in the 1990 Super Bowl versus the Bills when Norwood missed that field goal?
Oh yeah, I couldn't watch. I was like, oh my god, you know, and then
he got up and walked away.
Almost, because I was in my parents' house actually watching on my phone, and I was like kind of watching. I was kind of watching also the Monday night game, the NFL game, and when Israel Adams got that first down, I was like, I turned to my dad and I was like, "F, we lost." I told him like, "F, we lost," because he was asking me. He doesn't watch, but he knows I'm very into it and blah blah blah. So he was asking me like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, we're winning 21-7." It's like, okay, that's what's up. And he was asking me, oh, now we are 21-14. Now we're 21-17. Now we're 21-20. And he was like, "Damn, what happened?" And it's like, and I told him, I was like, "Shoot, they're driving right now." And when the ball was at like the 30-something yard line, I was like, we gotta make a stop. Israel Adams makes the play, and I turned out to it as like, shit, we lost. I told him. I was like,
Yeah.
shit, we lost. and then when he missed,
It's
when
funny.
he missed,
You probably
and I was
said
just looking, yeah, and I was just looking like this. I was
you
like,
probably said
yeah,
shit.
just
We lost.
go make the field goal, man. Go make the field goal. And I saw he was leaning. I was like, what happened? And it's like, and I saw he didn't miss it. I was like, oh shit, he missed it. And it was like, so that's how it happened actually.
Dude,
True story.
you know what's funny about that? Because when Israel caught that pass inside the 20, I mean inside the 30.
Yeah.
I said, oh, we won. You know what would have been so fun? It would have been crazy if you said shit, we lost the same time I said, oh shit, we won.
It was as he caught, because Israel Adams caught the ball. Liam Ryan was in man coverage. And he kind of got lost. He kind of turned his back. When Israel Adams caught the ball, when he caught it, I was like, shit, we lost. As he caught it, I was like, shit, we lost.
Damn.
And yeah.
Wow.
That reminds me when we were playing Fort Worth.
Oh, wow.
I was out with my family. My mom was in town, and we took her out to dinner, and everybody's sitting there having a good time, and I'm sitting there watching the game on my phone, and I'm depressed because we losing. Everybody laughing and joking. I'm just like, ugh, I'm just not in the mood. I didn't even want to be there. If it was up to me, I'd have just left and went home. And I think we were losing like, I think by 4 or something by 5. We were losing by 5. And they were driving downfield, just milking the clock, like a minute and change left, 3rd down. And they passed, they dropped back to pass, and we blitzed. A few times we blitzed the entire game. I think, matter of fact, I think that was the first time we called that play all game. And what's my man name? Alex Constantine. Somehow, I don't know. I still don't know what happened, but he was trying to throw it, and the ball ended up going lateral or something. I'm not quite sure. And they ruled it a fumble. And Alex Constantine picked it up and ran. And I wasn't even looking at my phone at the time because somebody was talking to me. I'm getting frustrated. I'm like, man, what the fuck you want, man? I'm trying to watch the game. And I look back up and I see Alex Constantine running with the football. And I'm like, what the hell just happened? So I'm sitting there trying to rewind my phone, the YouTube video. I'm like, what just happened? And dude, I kid you not, I'm in this restaurant and I said, hell motherfucking yeah, man, let's fucking go. And everybody looked at me like, the fuck? NFL ain't started yet. What game is he watching? I was jumping up and down. Hell, motherfucking yeah, man, let's fucking go, boy. And everybody could be like, what the fuck is wrong? I just said, man, y'all wouldn't understand, dude. I'm not about to sit here and try to explain it to y'all because y'all won't get it.
It will take you all night to try to explain that shit to
Yeah, it would.
Oh man.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
That's hilarious. Actually, let me ask Zach a question. Zach, you're the new guy here. What is your thought on the league?
You sound robotic to mine.
I'm sorry. My question is to Zach. Zach, you're the new guy here. What are your thoughts on the league and your experience?
What are your thoughts on the league as a new coach?
Oh man, like this is kind of the kind of thing I wish I found it back in season 1. Like I'd have been here and I'd still be here. I don't want it'd be dramatic to say like it's a dream come true, but I've been looking for something like this for a very long time. I've been a part of other online leagues, but there were always you play the games. There was never one where it's strictly sim. So it's strictly X's and O's. It's your brain against a bunch of other people's brains, and to see who prevails. This kind of thing is right up my alley, man. I know that we're working with a game that's 20 years old basically. So it's not the same product of football that we're used to seeing right now. But at the same time, it kind of sounds like a throwback to the glory days, man. Back when running backs were important, fullbacks were important. And that's the kind of football I really like.
Mm-hmm. By the way, this is what Damon was talking about when he said Santa Fe. If you didn't know.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the team that we had when we came in season 5, and so we go even way back then when we had this logo right here, this helmet right here.
And this is what the mom's talking about when he said his best.
Old games.
So, did you know that when you place your bid in season 5, I placed the bid in season 5 also.
Okay.
Same Gorilla logo and colors. Did you know that?
The logo what, sorry?
Did you know that in season 5,
right,
I submitted a bid as well with the logo and the same colors?
The same colors?
Yeah. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, I didn't have the orange helmet. Like I had a white helmet, and we had a blue face mask, pretty kind of similar to Auburn. But yeah, we used a darker. So I used a darker blue mask. So like if you were to go back on my DRSM 8, there's a highlight clip of me playing Darnell Black. Of me playing Darnell Black. I think he had like the Cougars or something like that. Panthers. Great team. But yeah, I have a clip on my DRSM 80 YouTube channel. Of a team on that. Basically, I created a team, high school team that was in my local, which was called the Bush Broncos. And so I just really logo because it was pretty much like the longest looking logo. And again, that's that was kind of big. That with same colors as the helmet, as like.
Oh, now he cut out.
You couldn't now, dude.
Yeah, I have some issues over here. I don't know what's going on.
Wow, that's crazy that you had the same. Yeah, but it's crazy that you had the same logo, colors. I mean, what are the odds? In all pro, it is hard to actually have kind of like a similar identity. This is the helmet that we used back when we won the championship in season 9. By the way, just like this.
That's dope.
Just like this. So yeah, man. Yeah. I only have those 2 right there.
Oh.
The Gorillas and the Aztecs won back in the All Pro days. That's it.
I tell you what, you might get a pretty penny if you try to auction off that Santa Fe Gorillas.
Well, maybe. I know that there's a lot of people who actually like this design and identity better than the Aztecs one. And when we have throwback day, it's like, yes, like I want to see the Gorillas again. So, and that's why we kept the uniforms the same, by the way, pretty much as how we played back in season 5, just because it's just to day 1.
You guys are undefeated in those, right?
I'm pretty sure we are actually. Yeah. Yes. When we do throwback night, when we use the Santa Fe, I think we are like 6-0, something like that. So it's a good luck charm.
Do me a favor, when if we play each other again, please don't wear those outfits.
For sure.
No.
Actually, we do well with throwback and alternate uniforms. We just used the Australia uniforms, and we did pretty well in those too.
Normal fashions when you play.
It's still to the main uniforms. Then is what you say.
Yes,
that's all I'm saying. Now, when you play the line, you can be all,
Yeah.
I would love to see the old Houston Hyenas, and when I say the old, I mean the old season 6, blue, black, and silver. I want to see those back. I will love to see those back.
Was that the Houston Oilers
I will bring them back for you next season.
Nice. Those uniforms were dope.
Yeah, some people ask me why did I change the colors. I was like, because I would change the colors because some people were saying I was trying to my color was too close to see color. You know, I was like, okay, well, I'll go then. So,
I
Yeah.
tell you what, Eddie, you better not try to go back to them
I'm
doggone
gonna make sure that
that we had that one time. I told him to burn them damn things.
Oh no, we're never with those again.
We lost so bad.
Yeah, we
so
got blown
bad.
out. Never
All right,
again.
guys, closing things off. Now, playoff picture after week 12 is as follows.
All right.
Arizona Scorpions are number 1, followed by the Minnesota Legends, sitting at number 2. Kansas Classics at number 3. Florida's at number 4. Atlanta's number, Mexico City is number 5. Fort Worth number 6. Baltimore is number 7. Atlanta's number 8. Nashville's number 9. Carolina Skyhawks number 10. Charleston is number 11. And Albuquerque is running things off number 12. Outside looking in, 13 Lexington, followed by DC Dragons and Louisiana. So my question to you, gentlemen, do you see much movement before the actual playoff starts with this lineup? And that can include 1 through 12 or 1 through 15, in your opinion. I'm going to start off with Zach first.
Okay. The most obvious one I see I think Nashville can get up to maybe 6, like 6 or 7. I think Albuquerque can move up. I think if someone moves down, I think it's Canton. I think there's a lot of tape out on Canton, so I think Canton might move down.
Okay, go Ramos.
Yeah, I want to say this was actually before our game against Houston. We are actually 8-2 right now. I'm not sure how things move because we did lose against Canton and Arizona. If Florida's still 7-2, then I guess we go 4, Florida 5, but same thing. I don't see a lot of movement here, actually. I don't. I think the 12 teams on top, right here in the playoff picture, are the teams that are playing the best. If anything, I could see a scenario where Carolina jumps to about 7 because Carolina's playing really, really well, and they have the tiebreaker over Baltimore.
Ooh.
So I could see the Skyhawks move up a little bit. Other than that, I see Fort Worth being right there in the 6th or 7th seed if we are able to close the deal and win the division. But other than that, I think Arizona, Minnesota, Canton, Florida, and us are going to be the division winners.
Okay. I like it. Eddie.
I think there's going to be a lot of movement, and the reason I say that is because the SFL East still has a number of division games to play against each other, which means they're going to be beating each other up. In fact, I believe Atlanta plays Carolina this week, if I'm not mistaken. So things could totally flip-flop 8 through 12 by the end of this weekend because of all those division games. I think should Arizona be fortunate enough to beat Motor City this weekend? Motor City this weekend. I think that can also hurt us because our strength of victory is going to go down. And should Canton beat Fort Worth, theirs is going to go up significantly. So you can see a change there. Or Minnesota may leap to number 1 should they win this weekend. So I think there's a lot of moving and shaking going around, and we are not done yet. I don't think Louisiana gets in because their strength of victory is just far. I think they're like 189 or something like that. DC, if they win this weekend over Baltimore, it's going to improve their strength of victory. Lexington, I don't know what their strength of victory is, but we'll see because they always tend to surprise me. And sometimes I look at their roster and they like, how are they winning games? But they somehow remain competitive and able to compete and find themselves either just getting in or first man out or first team out, whatever you call that phrase. But so yeah, I think it's a lot of moving around, and we are not done yet.
Okay. Good stuff. Damon is back.
Welcome back, Damon.
What does CG mean?
Common games.
Common games.
Okay.
Do you see much movement, Damon, in this by the end of the season?
No, I don't see much movement. I don't.
Damon is eating again.
I don't think a 6-16 will make it in here. I'm hearing that a 6-16 could make it, but I really don't see it happening. Not unless, some of these 5-4, 6-4 teams start losing some games, and they strength of victory, go lower or so. Or
we got 4 teams right now that got 6 games. They got 6 games that are in, or 3, I should say.
But you think if those teams going to lose 3 games in a row?
No, I don't see it because, like I said, those 3 of those 4 that's listed play each other. So something's going to happen. They're going to knock each other out.
Yeah. Should be pretty interesting.
Well, I'll tell you what, fellas. That's pretty much all I had. We are 2 hours into this thing, and it did not feel like it's been 2 hours. And I swear, I feel like I've only asked a few questions.
Damon dominated most of the conversation. So,
but gentlemen, before I let y'all go, I was wondering, did y'all have anything else that you wanted to? Anything else that y'all wanted to kind of say or mention before I let the coaches go? Because these kind of shows mean a lot to me when you guys take time out of your busy day to come on and kind of give your insight, give us a piece of who you are and insight to your how you think about things and how you interpret things. So is there anything else that you want to give to the good people before we leave?
I was wondering if Ramos can do us all a favor.
Come on.
He would do me a really big favor if he could just reach over to his computer and hit file and send me his playbook to my DM. That'd really help out a lot.
Okay.
Help me get to that next level.
Next level. You're the number 1 seed. But anyway, I want to say, I want to say, great game to the Mon this past Monday against the Houston Headhunters. We have, again, we like to joke a lot with the South. We hate each other, and Mike and Gerald, they they're fighting against each other and they're talking trash. But what we have in the South is, to me, unlike any division as far as both rivalries, but at the same time respect is concerned. So all the respect, all 21 matches against Houston, they are all dogfights, and I have a lot of respect for Damon and the Headhunters. And for Zach, good luck to you this week, man. You're doing your thing right there with Bossier City. You have a bright future, and keep doing your thing, man. You're doing great.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I have one thing to say. Good luck to you as well. And
thank you, man. Appreciate it.
SFLM, October 30th.
If you need
yes, sir.
Zach, send flood Ramos DM because he's a wealth.
I'm gonna do that. Well, I'm definitely going. I'm gonna pick your brain. Now we made the contact. I got you. I'm definitely going to be in the DM.
Don't send me a DM because you told me no. You want to play for a contender. So
no. Scrap that. Zach. I'm gonna tell you why you shouldn't send Eddie a DM, because whatever you ask for, you're not gonna get it until the day playbook is due. Okay.
Yes.
What?
Dude, I've asked Eddie, hey man, send me this here, send me that. All right, man, I got you. I'm gonna do it as soon as I get back home. And I don't like to hound people, bother people, whatever. And I talked to him the next day. Hey man, you said I already checked my DM. No, he didn't send it. Hey man, did you ever send that to me? I didn't check my DM yet. Oh, yeah, let me get to it right now.
And
he's sitting there playing around with his computer.
And coincidentally, it seemed that he made it home on Friday at like 11:58 p.m. when his playbook was already submitted.
hey, man, send me a few stuff that you got,
Hey,
man.
Listen, my
Man,
my mind be getting on get my own playbook right, man.
I was waiting on Eddie to send me something, and he right there at his computer and do it to me. Man, I can't find it. I gotta get off the phone. I gotta go to work. I said,
I gotta go.
Oh man, yeah. So Zach, don't reach out to Eddie. Just get Eddie to submit it to you verbally, because if you need it physically, you ain't getting that information.
I got to get back in the good graces, man.
I've already blocked him, dog. He can't even get a hold of me if he wanted to. When he told me he wanted to play for a contender, I took that to heart, man. I cried for like 2 hours.
Oh man!
Since y'all in such a jovial mood,
don't you bring up that nasty food?
Oh yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Because the answer is none of the above.
I don't want to hear no fish with Nutella. I don't want to hear none of that.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear no ice cream with sardines. None of that.
None of that.
I got ice cream.
None of the above.
Listen, so I was wondering, because we have so much time before we go to Baltimore, right? How would y'all feel if we order some of these? Okay, listen, hear me out.
No.
No.
Man, is that spider?
Yes.
Spider.
Wait, Ramos, come on, man. Come on now. Don't act like don't. We can try that. Try some grubs here. Wait, don't.
Demond got it. Exactly.
There's some seasonings there. You see the radish and the cilantro.
Demond gonna take care of that.
Listen, they're crispy, and then they toss it with some soy sauce.
Demond raised his hand and said he got it. Don't even worry about it.
No, dog. I can't do the grilled worms.
Wait, no, that's terrible. Wait, no, not that one. Y'all eat that one. So I just want to know. So are we eating this?
No.
No. Wait, is that a soft shell turtle?
Yes, dear.
No.
Oh man, y'all.
I would try that. I'm not going to try. I'll probably try that.
See, there you go, Zach.
I mean, it's the soup. You don't gotta eat the turtle. You just eat the soup, right?
No, you gotta do it all, Zach.
Seriously, Ash, what's wrong with chicken? What's wrong with
right?
Look, I've been blessed. Listen,
have this.
No,
guinea pig.
Is that a
no? Listen, I've been blessed, right? Where I live, I have a lot of great food to eat. I have tacos, I have enchiladas, I have chilaquiles, I have all of that.
I know.
Why would I?
Exactly. To be adventurous, to try different meat. So listen, we're on this.
What is that?
Listen, we're on this planet. Don't y'all ever get tired of just eating the same things? Chicken, fish, and don't y'all? You
what
don't
is
wanna
that?
Try some guinea pig.
What is that?
No, I know 3,000
ways
ways to prepare chicken. I'm not eating the same thing.
Right. What is that?
That's a guinea pig, dude.
Oh hell no!
And they just
I do not want to eat. I do not want to eat Chris Rock from Dr. Dolittle. No. He played the guinea pig. What was his name? Rafi or something like that. I don't remember what his name was. But no, I do not want to eat the guinea pig.
Don't be messing me up like that. Okay, I got two more things that I'm sure. Okay, so I got Zach to at least think about the turtle soup. So that's something. But what about starfish, y'all? Did y'all know y'all can eat starfish?
I've had the scorpions.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, he's not even allowed to come to the team. He can't even interview.
No, it's like I was in China. It's like a tourist thing, like that. The live scorpions on the stick.
They said, "Here, try this," and you said, "Sure, why not?"
I mean, look, there was a million other things. Like I won't describe. I had the scorpion.
So how did it start?
Yo,
It was
they ain't had no
delicious, right?
McDonald's around the corner or something like
Yeah.
I mean, they got all that too.
Hey, at least you can digest what this starfish here. I don't know about that McDonald's, but okay. So guys, y'all seem like y'all wasn't really excited.
No.
So how about we end things off with the chicken wing ice cream?
See,
Chicken wing ice cream.
Yeah. So in Japan, they do chicken wing ice cream where they actually take bits of chicken wings
Mhm.
and they mix it. Wait, why y'all got that look? All y'all got that look like you.
I have the puzzle look on my face because I may actually try this.
Thank you.
And it's because it's something I eat on a regular. It's chicken and ice cream. So
Yeah.
I may try that.
But it's like pasta and rice. It's like each one of its own is great, but if you combine, it's like, you know, pick one or the other. It's like no. Yeah.
Hey, your
Like,
rising beer.
huh? I'm sorry.
Horizons.
It's like I love fish and I love chocolate. I will not eat fish with sprinkled with chocolate.
Right.
You wouldn't eat no chocolate ice cream with a little bit of fish inside of it?
No.
Okay. Well,
Can you please stop showing the guinea pig? Can you please? Why he has a hat on? Why does he has a tomato hat on?
You know,
a cherry tomato hat. Why he has a cherry tomato hat?
You know why? To make it appear. I guarantee you're gonna see that in your dreams tonight.
And
Guys.
Oh my goodness! And then there's a little tree stuck in the top of it. Oh my goodness!
Right.
That's for character. That gives a character. Okay.
Oh my goodness!
It's trying they took the rest of that.
They took decorating the plate too far on that one.
Yeah.
The worst thing about it, I'm sure they're charging like $200 for that thing.
Right. And you're gonna be sick the next day.
They found that joint out back. They ain't spend no money on that.
Right. Exactly what happened. They found it out back and said, man, we got free product and we're gonna make money off of this.
Yeah.
It's a free product.
It's like the kind of thing that is bad, but you know people are just gonna buy it just, you know, because they want to stand out and stick out and be like, oh, I tried this, you know, expensive thing, but it sucks. You know.
I mean, you put gold flake on stuff. I feel like you should be able to eat this this guinea pig, but don't worry. I'm gonna get with Cam when I talk to him, and we're gonna have some kind of. I want to have some kind of sampling there for people, so we can kind of explore things together.
I'm gonna get a lift. I'm gonna get a lift, and me and Damon gonna head on over to Popeyes.
Oh, you get that. You get that. This stuff is gonna be right there.
You're most definitely going. Yeah. We can go to Popeyes.
But Damon paying those. I ain't paying for the lift.
Nothing but crabs all day. We in Baltimore.
Ooh, that's gonna be good though. I am looking forward to the crab cakes.
Get it now.
And the lobster rolls.
Man.
All right, guys. Huh?
Okay.
Ramos, I was thinking about moving to an outside stadium, but after that missed field goal, I just can't do it. I gotta stay indoors. I gotta stay in the dome stadium with my kicker.
Yeah.
Hey, being a Chicago Bears fan, we can't really laugh too tough. We can't even talk about no damn field goals as Mrs. That boy hit the same post 4 times.
Oh, if y'all saw the beginning of the Falcons and the Buccaneers game today, they came on tonight. The kicker, there was an onside penalty on the Buccaneers, and the kicker missed the field goal, so he got an extra try and missed the field goal again.
The same way. I just saw the ending of it. Great ending. If you didn't see it, great ending. But yeah, you're right. So he attempted a field goal and he yanked it wide left. So it's like, okay, redo. And he did the exact it was the same exact hit.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he missed by the same distance to the left.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Right there, boy.
I think my video's stuck, but my audio should still be good.
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Good.
We actually getting ready to go, but thank y'all so much again. This was fun. I really appreciate it. I am probably gonna do something again like this, probably in the off season sometime. New topics, new questions, picking, the brains of the hard workers in the league, just trying to figure out where y'all at and doing like a little positivity and community check on you guys, because I know it's difficult. It's difficult, and it could be a thankless job depending on what's going on. So, I thank you.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate
Thank
you.
So I'll see y'all soon.
For sure.
Cool beans.
And everybody, I want to thank you so much for joining me this evening. Well, joining all of us this evening. It was a pleasure having those gentlemen on, picking their brains. And again, all of them are friends of mine. All of them are very intellectual, intelligent gentlemen. And it's a pleasure to share the same room with them. And I hope that you learned just like I did, And we keep doing it together. But I cannot wait to bring you another great podcast next week, y'all. But until then, y'all stay safe. Treat each other well. For Damon, Ramos, Eddie, and Zach, we are out. Striker is out. And if you have any, while I'm getting my music and everything, if you have any show suggestions that you would like to drop, please let me know. I would love to get your feedback on what you would like to see, maybe some segments you would like to add, maybe some questions that you have that you want me to answer, anything like that. Just let me know. Leave it in the comments. Also, leave your goodbyes in the chat too. All right, let's see. What am I going to play out tonight? Let's see. I think I like this one. I gotta make sure I do the clean version. It's the clean version, right? Okay.
It's your host,
All right. Y'all have a good night.
Lovington Jr. III. And you are now listening to the smooth sounds of Mood by Dis Solace and the Big Back Poppers here on Kicks at 107 FM.
Yeah, I got style, I got grace. See this fit, I got taste. Too much drip, too much flavor in your face. Cool, know that I'm a move. Better know that I'm a move. I look good, I look great. See this skin, see this face. You don't love yourself, I can't relate. Cool, know that I'm a move. Better know that I'm a move. Can't be fake. See this drip, take a dip in that lake. I'm a star on top of that rocket. Finna blast off. Shout out, take. Mama gave me the essentials to kick butt, take names, it up and be great. Don't be mad, I'ma move when you look at your food or the rub. I'm the stick on that plate. Baby, I'm mad at me. How I do it so casually. Doing this so big, hell, I can't make it up. Maybe it's Maybelline. Like, who in the hell do you think you is walking around here looking that good? That whoever don't feel the same butt cheeks about to meet the back of my foot. I got style, I got grace. See this fit, I got taste. Too much drip, too much flavor in your face. Cool, know that I'm a move. Better know that I'm a move. I look good, I look great. See this skin, see this face. You don't love yourself, I can't relate.